Hey, Genki Call here with the Soulforge offerings for the week of November 8th, 2021. We are in Wild Plains this week and we've got some good stuff in the Soulforge. Really exciting stuff depending on who you are and what you want to do with the game. So first, let's head into weapons. There are some good weapons in here. The Doomed Maul, you know, as far as the Doomed weapons go, I really recommend saving your diamonds for the ones that create the Doom Skulls. They are the most powerful because even if you can't level them up at all, and you have to have Forge Scrolls to do this, to level these things up, but if you don't have the Doom Skulls, goodness gracious, the Forge Scrolls, you are still going to do an incredible amount of damage with the doomed weapons that create doom skulls. So I would personally recommend passing on this. Up to you, but that is my personal suggestion. The Primal Axe does damage to an enemy boosted by Wild Plains allies, then creates a mix of 6 green and red gems for each Wild Plains ally with a ×6 boost ratio. So an extra 6 of each of green and red gems for each ally that is from Wild Plains. And I saw somebody offer up a team using this axe with Ketris the Bull. And so, kind of made me want it. Gonna craft it. I may never use it, but, you know, I want to try out that team. Problem is, I don't own Ketris the Bull. I'm hoping to pull him this week. I'm going to use my event keys, even though I should be saving them for Nexus. I'm going to use them because I really want a chance at Ketris the Bull. And besides, the Lord of Slaughter is in there. If you don't have the Lord of Slaughter, he's super fun. All right. That's another video, though. Staff of the Wild. This is one of those 75 diamond, really cheap weapons. It's not amazing. They never are. Remove all brown gems to boost your damage with this weapon. And if they're from Wild Plains, deal double damage. That's great. It's cheap. That's the only reason I would get it is if you are blocked on getting your power level up in Wild Plains and you need another weapon for that purpose. So I'm going to pass on it. I don't need it right now, so I'm going to pass. And I just crafted something for Wild Plains, so I'm not worried about it. Ragereaver, I highly recommend if you're going to use the triple ferocity team. Does splash damage to an enemy. More importantly, creates 4 red gems ×3. Basically, create 12 red gems for each Tauros. I mean, for... Let me start over. It's going to create 16 red gems if you have an all Tauros team. And that is amazing with the triple ferocity team. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you've heard of the triple finesse team. This is the Tauros version of the triple finesse because we've got this amazing +4 to all skills for all Tauros allies when you match 4 or more gems. It's just an amazing team. Ferocity with Ragereaver is very powerful, so I highly recommend getting the Ragereaver if you can afford it, because I'm so sorry, because it is very powerful with the triple ferocity team. As if you're interested in using that team at some point, you need this weapon because it's just that good, and it's going to make lots of match 4s to boost the entire team. So Primal Axe, I just got that one. Horn Cleaver. Horn Cleaver is another one that is boosted by Tauros allies, and it will create a mix of 6 green and brown gems for each Tauros ally with the ×6 boost ratio. I must have crafted this before. I don't remember doing it, so on one of my other treks into Wild Plains, I obviously crafted this one. Also, we've got the Wild Cleaver. The Wild Cleaver, this is my favorite type of of weapon in the game. You explode a bunch of gems, you get a bunch of mana for your whole team, you grant a random status effect to all allies of a certain type, in this case Wild Plains allies, and then you summon a Wild Plains troop. It's just great. I love this kind of weapon. It's like the Arboreal Crystal, only it's for Tauros instead of elementals. This will be here through the end of the month, I believe. Trick and treat. You will not be able to get any more of these devil cards for another week or two, and then it will be in the vault. So if you're missing any of the devil cards, you will still have a chance to get it. I don't know how good your chances are, but you will have a chance. And now I'm forgetting something. I wanted to show you something else, but I don't remember what it is right now. So let's head into troops. This is where this is where things get interesting. All right. We've got Carnex, who is a surprisingly, to me, good mana generator. Create 5 skulls, then explode 10, and gain 52 armor. That's fantastic. I mean, he's a great tank. You stick him up at the front of the team, and you have him exploding stuff, getting lots of mana for the team. The problem is that he costs 15 mana to cast. However, if you start with Mechanist, use the Mechanist class, he'll start with half of that. Also, he adds 25% of his armor to the skull damage, and he has skull damage reduction. It's not a lot, but considering that every time you cast, you're getting a bunch of armor. I really like this troop. I just started using him recently. I've been having lots of fun with him. So, Celestasia. I have yet to use this troop. Create 9 gems of a chosen ally's mana color, cleanse and give them 34 life, gain a barrier on 4+ gem matches, which is very annoying if you're fighting it. Elmogrim, we're going to skip for a moment. Sir Quentin Hadley. Sir Quentin Hadley is actually a really good troop. He's one of those double mana converters. Convert purple to yellow and green to skulls. Deal damage to 2 random enemies and, more importantly, 50% mana start to all knights, which is great. Very, very helpful. I like this troop a lot. As far as the legendaries that are in here right now, I think that he would probably be the one that I would recommend. Why 800 diamonds though? Ugh. If you had 800 diamonds to burn, then I think I would recommend him as far as legendaries go. There is one more legendary here, and that is the Basilisk. The Basilisk does true damage to an enemy. If they're poisoned, deal double damage, and then deal more true damage. If they're stunned, just deal double damage. It's very confusing the way they put it. I don't know why they don't reword this, but anyway, so as far as crafting legendaries go, generally I don't recommend it. 800 diamonds is a lot. Diamonds are really difficult to come by, and normally I would recommend saving your diamonds for mythics. However, if you need a legendary to get the power level up in a kingdom, if you're just being held back by one troop, that could be something to consider. Also, if you have a team in mind, a specific team, like the Mother of Darkness team that has Captain Macaw on it, you would maybe want to craft Captain Macaw so that you could finish off that Mother of Darkness team. Something to consider. Generally, don't recommend spending diamonds on legendaries, though. All right, let's get to the mythics. Arachnaean Weaver is still in here for half price. I don't know how much longer it's going to be here. They may take it out within the next couple hours. It may be here another week. I didn't see anything on the forum, but they may leave it here for the rest of the week. I don't know, but if you don't have the Arachnaean Weaver, you need Arachnaean Weaver. I love this troop so much. Oh, it's so awesome. It's one of my favorite mythics. But web all enemies, deal true damage to the last 2 enemies, and if one of them dies, you get an explosion to get lots of mana for your team. It's great. Plus, the most powerful summons in the game at the moment, because this web spinner generally going to show up at the front of your team. It will do triple skull damage, provided that the enemy team doesn't have immunity to web, which can happen, especially in delves, but still. Arachnaean Weaver is fantastic, and if you don't have it, you need it. So, just saying. My personal recommendation. El Magram I do not own. So the information I have on him is limited. It's going to do damage to all enemies, create 9 purple gems boosted by burning enemies. So you can get up to an extra 4 gems, which is not that much. I mean, 13 purple gems is not bad if you've got a bunch of purple on the board already, at least. Decrease all enemies' attack by 4 on 4+ gem matches, which can be pretty devastating if you're using a skull-based team. And then he has some immunities. Shade of Zorn, again, don't own, but pretty much have been told that this is one of the worst mythics in the game. Deal damage to an enemy boosted by red allies and skulls. If the enemy dies, summon 2 Fists of Zorn, which is a troop that can be empowered. And basically it transforms, I think, green gems to skulls. So I need this troop. I need it. I need it because I can't get my power level up in Arachnaean till I have either this or Gargantor. However, getting the power level up in Arachnaean is not worth 4,000 diamonds to me, so I personally am going to pass on the Shade of Zorn. We've got 2 really good troops here. Ironhawk. Ironhawk is meta. Ironhawk is the number 1 mythic for people that love Nomapalooza, because with Ironhawk, you can, especially if you have 2 Ironhawks, you can blow through explorers so fast that you are going to get a ton of kills from your Nomapaloozas with this. I have teams for this. Let's see if I can put together a video on whether or not you should craft 2 of these, because I know a lot of people are thinking about that. You don't have him for his spell, although he can be fun to use. The reason why people use Ironhawk for quick explores and Nomapaloozas is this. Deal 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell. So you have something in there that's empowered and gets an extra turn, Greed or Sister Superior. And then you cast with the Dust Devil, and you're doing a ton of damage. You can take out an entire team in Sin of Mirage without the other team ever getting a chance. You're not blowing anything up. All you're doing is cast, done. That's with a single Ironhawk. With 2 Ironhawks, there is a team that you can use that is single cast. All you have to do, well, I'm not going to go over that now, but if you're really into Vault events and Nomapalooza, this guy is for you. And then we've got the Archduke, which I happened to learn how to love during a PvP roulette session that we did on a Wednesday. I think it was our very first PvP roulette video that we did, live stream. So, the thing about the Archduke, do damage to an enemy, and there's a percentage chance equal to my magic to destroy them. As in, instant kill. Cool, right? So, you can see here my magic is 32. That's a 32% chance to kill. That's not great. However, gain 3 magic at the start of every turn. Plus, if you take Scorpius with you, you get an extra magic per turn because every brown ally gets +1 to their skill every turn. So that's +4 to your magic every turn. And it adds up quickly, especially when you're delving. So if you don't have High King Iron Gut and you end up with the Archduke, you can use him as an alternative. And the nice thing about the Archduke, we're not talking Devour here. You don't have to stun or curse an enemy that's immune to Devour because that's not what he's doing. He's doing an insta-kill, and there are only a few troops in the game that are immune to insta-kill, like Leonis Tower or Raid Boss Zul'Goth. Regular Zul'Goth you can take out with this guy, just not the Raid Boss one. You know, and towers, that kind of thing. So that's something to keep in mind if you don't have High King Irongut. High King Irongut has already been in the Soulforge since this mythic cycle began, so it's going to be a while before he comes back. Anyway, just need to take a breath. Okay, I'm ready to go on. So, if you're going to craft anything this week, I still recommend the Arachnaean Weaver, and I recommend Ironhawk. Archduke, something to consider. But, and then as far as weapons go, as I said, the Wild Cleaver, I love this type of weapon. Highly recommend that if you enjoy this type of weapon the way that I do. Anyway, I think that's everything I have for you. I hope that you're able to craft whatever it is you're wanting this week. Good luck. Remember that you can use your vault keys to get more diamonds if you're short. Hopefully you have lots of vault keys from this weekend and you'll be able to get everything you want. So please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.